Well, the union boss who threatened to cripple the economy in the ongoing nationwide longshoremen strike
I will cripple you.
Sheer fucking hubris.
lives just like you and me. Except in a 7,000 square foot mansion.
What?
In posh upstate New York.
Fuck.
Nice. I'm Jazz Berganzo on this. But remember, it's for the good of the cause.
A bullshit?
As you and I struggle to purchase everyday goods and services.
Bingo!
But it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. And of course, today is Thursday. Well, if you've been out of the country, or you've been sleeping, or, you had your head under a rock, the last 48 hours, you may not know there's a strike going on. Yes, there is the strike. The Longshoremen Association strike is going on, and it covers from Maine to Texas. But quick synopsis. What did the longshoremen do? Well, these are men and women, let's be fair now, but mainly men, who unload shipping containers of ships and freighters that deliver goods and supplies from countries from around the world. So when the ships come in, somebody has to unload them. But with this strike going on, no one's unloading them. So of course, these are goods and services that are currently in use. And right now, their prices are going to go up. And who's going to pay? You and me. There. But it turns out that the union boss himself, who's just one of the people, he's just one of us, but happens to live in a 7,000 square foot mansion in the posh upstate New York. Nice. But remember, it's for the good of the cause. And here we go. This comes out of New York Post. Union boss who threatened to cripple the economy lives in a luxurious 7,000 square foot mansion. Harold Daggett, the union boss who vowed to cripple the U.S. economy if ports don't ban automation and raise the dock workers' wage sharply, has a Bentley convertible parked outside his sprawling mansion in New Jersey this week. Exclusive photos obtained by the Post reveal. Photos taken by a drone on Tuesday show the British luxury car parked with its top upside. Appears to be a 5-car garage that's connected to a 7,136 square foot Tudor-style home conveyed skyway. The hulking 2-story mansion, located in a 10-acre property in Sparta, a leafy enclave 50 miles west of New York City, encircles a spacious backyard patio with an amoeba-shaped pool. A covered outdoor bar is situated in what appears to be a massive brick oven. A gate on the far side of the patio opens forward to look for a freestanding sauna surrounded by a spacious wooden deck and an expansive swath of forest surrounds the property on all sides. The posh compound is nestled in a picturesque section of the Garden State near Delaware Water Gap, where 5-bedroom homes listed for as much as $6 million, according to Zillow. One realtor who spoke to the Post said that Daggett put the 4-bedroom, 6.5-bathroom property on the market in 2004 at a listing price of $3.1 million before reducing it to $2.9 million. He eventually took it off the market. Gee, I wonder why. Excuse me. Daggett, who fought back federal accusations of having mafia ties, became president of the International Longshoremen Association in 2011, a job that comes with a salary of $728,000 annually and atop an additional $173,000 from the ILA Local 1804. 1804-1, excuse me. In 2005, he was accused of steering union benefits contracts at firms that pay kickbacks to organized crime at Brooklyn trial, Wall Street Journal reported. Daggett took the witness stand that year, and federal prosecutors charged him and 2 others with racketeering. He described himself as a target of the mob, though the turncoat mafia member has testified that Daggett was a member of the Genovese crime family, the New York Times reported. Oh my! Well, this gets a little deeper now, doesn't it? During the course of the trial, one of Daggett's co-defendants, Lawrence Ricci, the alleged Genovese associate, disappeared. His body was found weeks later decomposing in the trunk of a car outside of a New Jersey diner. Typical mafia. Jesus, just like watching damn freaking Godfather. Ricci's death remained unsolved, though speculation circulated that he was killed after refusing to plead guilty to avoid news reports of the trial. Daggett was acquitted, along with the co-defendants. And there's the sprawling estate. The 78-year-old boss, who is often seen in public as sporting a polo shirt and chunky gold medallion around his neck while casting himself as a staunch advocate for blue-collar workers, also previously owned a 76-foot yacht, according to reports. Quote, "They're going to be like this," Daggett said, of course, grabbing his neck in a choke gesture during an interview last month as it became apparent that the Union and the United States Maritime Alliance, the USMX, the group negotiating for the ports, would fail to reach an agreement on a new contract. "I'll cripple you. I'll cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does," he said, being all thuggish and whatnot. A foul-mouthed union boss has apparently dug in his heels for a protracted strike. "I don't have a effing crystal ball between my legs, but it will last very long. I will tell you that," he told the Wall Street Journal. More than 45,000 dock workers went on strike on Tuesday, shutting down 36 ports from Maine to Texas for the first time in nearly half a century. Of course, there are the lovely pictures of the estate again. The dock workers' strike, the first in 77, could snarl supply chains and cause shortages for high prices and higher prices if it stretches more than a few weeks. It is also costing the U.S. economy more than $3 billion a day. I've heard as high as $5 billion a day. Beginning after midnight, the workers walked the picket lines Tuesday carrying signs and calling for more money and a ban on automation that could cost their jobs. Experts say consumers won't likely notice the shortages for at least a few weeks, so you had that long. You got a few weeks to stock up before COVID Part 2 takes over again. If the strike lasts that long, though, some perishable items such as bananas could disappear from grocery stores, although at this time last year, most other fruits and vegetables are domestically grown and not processed at ports, according to Alan Seiger, president of the Produce Distributors Association.
Worried that this
They
strike,
have the capital to settle this thing.
are you worried that this strike is going to hurt the everyday American, the farmers that need to reach the export market? They're
Listen,
telling me that they're going to hurt through
Now
all
you
of
start
this.
to realize who the longshoremen are, right?
Nobody cares.
People never gave a about us until now, when they finally realized that the chain is being broke now. Cars won't come in. Food won't come in. Clothing won't come in. You know how many people depend on our jobs? Half the world. And it's time for them and time for Washington to put so much pressure on them to take care of us, because we took care of them. And we're here 135 years and brought them where they are today, and they don't want to share. And I'm done.
He's just one of us. He's just a blue-collar guy, an everyday Joe who works 60, 70, 80 hours, busts his ass to feed his wife, feed his kids, and put food on the table, and to make sure that he's not living, paycheck to paycheck. No, absolutely not. $728,000 annually, plus an additional 100 and what? 40, 70,000, I think it was. 173,000 anyway. An additional two. So basically making almost $1 million a year to be the union boss. But dude's a little thuggish, coming on off, soprano, wannabe, big man, big guy, tough guy, I'll cripple you. Well, yeah. But the fact of the matter is that I understand there's two sides for every story. And I understand on one side that, this is a very bad time to do a strike right now, especially when it affects millions of people around the country. It's not just Maine to Texas. It's everywhere from coast to coast. Goods and produce, goods and supplies coming in off those ships can't be unloaded. And if they can't be unloaded, they can't get to the trucks. And if they can't get to the trucks, they can't get to the stores. And if they can't get to the stores, they can't get to you and me. Now, can they? No. And so that hurts. But I understand that they're striking because they want higher wages and they're afraid that automation will take their jobs. Totally understandable. But the fact of the matter is that the top tier, those longshoremen, are making a top rate of $39 an hour. That's basically around $140,000 a year. That's not chump change. Guaranteed that's more than 90% in the country. Who make less than that. But now they want to kick it up a notch. Now I'm hearing as high as 77% for a 6-year deal, even though they were previously offered a 6-year deal. I'm sorry, a 77% rate hike for 7 years when they were previously offered 6 years at 50%. So they went from 39, they could be making $69 an hour. But no, that's not good enough We need more. We need to protect our asses. And like I said, I totally understand. But at the same time, when you say you're going to cripple the economy, I'm going to cripple you. You're crippling everybody. You're hurting everybody. You got people living paycheck to paycheck right now in the shittiest economy since Carter. Bidenomics is working. Oh, it's working, all right. It's literally crippling the economy. You know, high food prices, high gas prices. You know, you can't afford a house. You can't afford the supplies to build a house. But yet, funny how that every time election year rolls around, shit like this happens. Never in an off year. Never an off year. But remember, 6 months ago, where were these guys? Where was this guy, Daggett, 6 months ago, talking about, well, you know, we might have to strike. You know, we're not making enough. You know, we're afraid automation is going to come in and take our jobs. 6 months ago, you didn't hear shit. You heard squat, nada, nothing. But now, as we're getting closer to the election, we're just weeks away. Oh, it's time for a strike. Oh, how convenient. This is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I understand. Like I said, I understand both sides. I do. But the fact of the matter is that he's got to understand that millions of people who are struggling right now cannot afford this. They just can't. So I pray that this doesn't last more than a week, because if it does, if it goes further, then everyone's going to hurt even worse than what Biden and Kamala knee pads have been doing over this country for the better part of the last 4 years. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borgonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.